Okay, hi. I'm here to test the streaming service from StreamYard to YouTube and to read the first chapter of my book. Oops. Ghosts of the Sea Moon. Yes, there's the book. Yay. And here's the book on Amazon. Yay. Screen share worked. Okay, so just wanted to say a little bit about the book. It's an epic fantasy. It's the first in a trilogy, Saga of the Outer Islands. The book 3 of that trilogy just came out this April. And it's about ghosts, gods, and sea monsters. And it's entered in the SPFBO 5 and with the 299 other books being judged by 10 reviewers to see who wins. Isn't that fun? Anyway, actually, I'm enjoying being part of that. The self-published fantasy blog off is what it's called, and I'm enjoying being part of it. This super nice group. Really, it's been fun so far. So, anyway, fingers crossed for that. Although, really, I don't think I'll make the cut. But anyway, we'll see. So I'll start the reading now. Okay, see, there's the title page. Ghosts of the Sea Moon. Yay. Okay, and there's the map. And that was the map that was the placeholder for the video there. Okay, and this is chapter 1. Okay, and bear with me because I'll probably stumble over a few words and maybe make a few mistakes. I'm not the best at this yet, so here we go. Chapter 1, The Captain. Captain Rafe Morrow paced the quarterdeck of his ship, Celestial Jewel, the signs of an oncoming squall setting him on edge. Blustering wind rattled the sails and the crew's nerves, their usual jaunty hubbub reduced to grumbling and snipes. Trouble traveled on that wind. Rafe could smell it woven in the air, and his blood prickled with a sense of worry. The ship trembled as if with warning. He glared at the sky, and its darkening clouds painted amber and crimson from the setting sun. A storm sky coming ahead of a full moon meant dark magic and sea monsters would prowl the waves this night. The moon goddess will hold sway tonight. A trickle of blue energy raced across the back of his hand at the thought. Damn her, and her beasts. On the breath of a sigh, he whirled to face his crew. Storm's coming, boys. Doesn't bode well, not with the moonrise tonight. How long, Captain? Will we be in the thick of the weather, or just what comes after? A rough-edged sailor, Pinky Jasper, spoke up, but all ears of the deck crew listened for an answer. It's coming within an hour or two, out from Raven Rock by my reckoning. After nightfall by certain. We're heading in, boys, but we'll likely hit the edge of it. He heaved a breath, exhaling. It'll be a bad one, even for this crew, so expect trouble. A shiver of tension settled over the deck. Some of the crew cast worried glances at the sea and each other. Others shivered, and a few more whispered prayers. Storms brought bad memories and nervous anticipation to the sailors of this ship. Which port, then, Captain? The mariner at the ship's wheel chimed in. Might make Aberystwyth if we head north. We might, Anders, but we head east. We'll race the edge of the tempest, but it's closer, and the ship will find better shelter anchored at Crickwell Island. Aye, sir. Laying in course to Crickwell Island. One-eyed Anders turned the wheel and the ship's bones groaned. Others of the crew adjusted the sails, and the Celestial Jewel leaned into her new bearing, headed east. The gusting wind caught across her now full sails, and she increased momentum. Fresh sea air swept through the deck amid grunts and swearing as the vessel lit alive with activity. The smell of ripe sweat mixed into the salt-stained air as the night stayed warm. Rafe smiled at the sights, sounds, and smells, the comfort of a familiar scene. He laid a hand on the rail, whispering to his ship. From below deck, deep in the workings and the bowels of the vessel, the ship's inherent magic blossomed into life. Energy quivered across the wood and rudder, keel and mast, shuddering the ship into top sailing speed. The race with the storm commenced. Footsteps sounded behind the captain, the scuff of stiff leather boots. Something's brewing, isn't it? The low, deep voice of the first mate drifted past Rafe's ear, cast against the night wind. There'll be creatures out tonight, but perhaps more than usual? The first mate asked. Rafe nodded, keeping his eyes toward the sea. Another bad night, I fear, for some, and for us after. But we've handled worse, Blackthorn. Have we? Blackthorn asked. The air seems different, I suppose. A change in the wind, if you will. Rafe turned his head, surprised at the apprehension from his steadfast first mate. Behind him, Blackthorn stood ramrod straight, navy blue pea coat spick and span, tricorn hat perfectly in line, and clean-shaven as usual. Yet, a wry and worried smile met Rafe's gaze. That's not like you to say such things. I know, but I can't shake this sensation. A premonition, perhaps. I feel... He let the sentence trail off before briskly adding, Will we see the moon goddess tonight? The surprising question startled the captain, but choosing to ignore his first mate's concerns, he shrugged and answered, Perhaps. You never know when she'll leave her island. She's fickle, you know that. Odd of you to ask, though. Blackthorn shrugged. It's an odd night, I think. Rafe gave him a smile, an unaccustomed tidbit of reassurance from captain to first mate. Well, it is moonrise. You can never tell what life in the sea will bring on a moonlit evening. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps there will be a happening tonight. Feet shuffled on deck, and Blackthorn stared toward the water. I saw her for the first time when I was a lad, the moon goddess. Blackthorn's voice held a drop of frightful awe. Did you now, Mr. Blackthorn? The edges of Captain Morrow's mouth quirked, a touch of arrogance creeping like groundwater into his smile. Did she make an impression? Blackthorn smiled. Maybe a little. She glowed, all silver and pale blue, and walked on the moonbeams over the ocean tide. Her ashen hair wrapped around her shoulders like a cloak, and her sapphire robe sparkled like the stars. She was beautiful and fierce and scared me to my bones. The captain sighed, a memory gliding past his lips. Aye, that was her. He glanced at the light over the horizon. She may well be out tonight with the full moon in the storm. You could get another chance at a glimpse. He paused, not wanting to encourage his first mate's curious mood too much. But don't try for more than a glimpse, or else she might take notice of you. Captain Morrow heard the sharp intake of breath and knew his point had been made. The first mate's footsteps echoed away from him in a fading cadence, and the stern bark of his orders followed. Rafe smiled, a memory tickling at the edge of his mind. The Navy of the Royal Court didn't know what they had, but I blessed the fate that tossed Elliot Blackthorn to my deck. Not a more loyal man to be had in all the Seven Kingdoms or the Outer Islands. Rafe felt the ship lurch under his feet as it leaned against the waves, deepening in its eastern heading, and the sails furled out, billowed by the swelling wind. A stray finger of that wind ruffled the feather edges of Morrow's hair and skimmed the brim of his hat. A rich scent of orchid tickled his nose, and a sense of magic tingled his skin, which set his blood pumping. Blue energy flickered off his fingertips, and in a heartbeat his mood changed. He swiveled about, arms akimbo, and stared down his crew with a wicked grin. It'll be a wild night, boys, and a glorious one. Come what may, the sea's going to give us a ride this wonderful eve. The crew gaped in disbelief and bewilderment, but Rafe laughed. His eyes flashed a dark azure blue. Ah, lads, we're not a bunch of lily-livered sops. I say bring on the moon goddess. Bring on her beasts of the sea. We'll send them back to the depths, every one. A cheer followed by laughter and guffaws rose from the crew all around, accepting his challenge. With their blood fired up, their hearts raced, the howl of the wind and the swell of the waves coming for them. Tonight they would beat the storm to safe harbor or face the consequences. One-eyed Anders hummed the notes of an old tune, and Captain Morrow tapped his foot in time. Short Davy started to sing. Raise the sail and say your prayers. Come the moon, come the moon, come the sea-tossed moon. More voices joined in, and a lively noise threw itself to the dusky sky, a protection against the night. Sail the storm and say your prayers. Come the moon, come the moon, come the sea-tossed moon. Ward the magic, say your prayers. Come the moon, come the moon, come the sea-tossed moon. The monsters lurk, so say your prayers. Come the moon, come the moon, come the sea-tossed moon. The ship echoed with the music, its structure taking heart and heed. The vessel heaved in the water, picking up speed, cutting a clip through the waves against the approaching gale. Standing at the stern, listening to his crew, Captain smiled. We'll make for Crickwell Island, men, he shouted, and damn the monsters! A cheer went up, its echo melding with the resounding notes of the song. Come the moon, come the moon, come the sea-tossed moon. Okay, that was chapter 1 from Ghosts of the Sea Moon. Lots of moon there. Anyway, and so that was the end of the reading and end of the test. And okay, and you can find Ghosts of the Sea Moon and the rest of the trilogy, which is Souls of the Dark Sea and Renegades of the Lost Sea, over on Amazon. And it's also available in audiobook as well. And I also have one more plug before I close out, and that is for my new poetry book, Places of Poetry, that just came out, last week before, something like that. Oh, June 11th. Yeah, it came out June 11th. Anyway, so there you go, and that's the reading, and so I'll see everybody later. Bye.